What if a man died tonight? Not in a movie, not in a war, just an ordinary day. In the middle of a crowded city, the police arrive. An ambulance takes the body away. They search his pockets. They check his phone. They knock on doors, but nobody knows who he is. No family comes, no friends call. Days pass, then weeks, and suddenly the strangest question imaginable appears. What happens to a human body when nobody wants it? Does it stay in a morgue forever? Is it buried in a secret graveyard? Could scientists use it for experiments, or does the government simply throw it away? The answer is far stranger and much sadder than most people realize. And by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what happens when a dead body has no one left to claim it. The moment someone dies, the first stop is usually the morgue. Think of it as a waiting room. Doctors confirm the death. Police try to identify the person. Officials search for relatives or friends. Sometimes it's easy. A wallet, a driver's license, a phone full of contacts, but sometimes nothing. No ID, no family, no friends. Just a name that nobody answers when called. The body waits. Days turn into weeks. Meanwhile, investigators keep searching. They check fingerprints, dental records, missing person databases, anything that might reveal who this person was. But what if nobody comes? Eventually, the government can't wait forever. Bodies need to be buried or cremated, so local authorities step in and they arrange a funeral. But don't imagine a long line of mourners. Most of the time, there's nobody. Just a funeral worker, maybe a government official, sometimes even a volunteer who didn't know the person at all. A simple coffin, a few quiet words, then the burial. In many places, these are called paupers' graves or public cemeteries. A person who lived an entire life, reduced to a small marker with a number, sometimes not even a name. It's one of the loneliest moments imaginable. But that's not always the end. What if the person agreed to donate their body to science? Then things take a different path. Medical schools may use donated bodies to train future doctors. Surgeons practice life-saving operations. Scientists study diseases. Students learn human anatomy. In a strange way, even after death, a person can save lives, but there's a catch. This only happens if proper permission was given beforehand or if local laws allow it. Otherwise, the body cannot simply be handed over for experiments. Real life isn't a horror movie. There are strict rules protecting the dead. Here's something surprising. Thousands of unclaimed bodies exist around the world every year. Some belong to homeless people, some were travelers, some had families who couldn't be found, others had relatives who simply couldn't afford a funeral. It's easy to think these stories happen to strangers, but history is full of famous people who died alone. Wealth disappears, friends move away, families break apart. Sometimes a person can spend a lifetime surrounded by people and still leave the world unnoticed. It's a chilling reminder of how fragile human connections can be. You might think an unclaimed body is forgotten forever. Not quite. Authorities usually keep detailed records, burial locations, DNA samples, fingerprints, photographs. Years later, a family member might finally come searching, a child looking for a parent, a brother searching for a missing sister. Modern technology has solved mysteries that stayed hidden for decades. Sometimes an unknown grave finally gets a name, and after years of silence, someone finally says, "We found them." But here's the part nobody talks about. The saddest thing about an unclaimed body isn't the funeral, it isn't the empty grave, it's the idea that someone lived an entire life, had dreams, made friends, laughed, cried, fell in love, had a favorite song, a favorite meal, a childhood, a story, and somehow the world forgot to come looking. Maybe that's why so many communities have volunteers who attend these lonely funerals. People who stand beside the grave of a complete stranger, simply so that no human being has to leave this world entirely alone. Because in the end, what happens when nobody claims a dead body? The government may bury it, science may learn from it, records may preserve it, but sometimes a stranger steps forward to remember a person they never met. And maybe that's one of the most human things we do. One life, one story, one final goodbye. And perhaps the real question isn't what happens after someone dies, but whether we're paying enough attention to the people who are still here. If this story made you think differently about the forgotten people around us, make sure to subscribe, because history and humanity is full of stories hiding in plain sight.